Here I am, looking very happy with myself, just about to embark on a 4-hour journey to Norfolk, to the gorgeous Dunston Hall Hotel, Spa and Golf Resort. As you can see, didn't start out with the best weather. This very quickly turned to sleet, and this is about an hour and 20 minutes away from the resort, and as you can see, it was coming down thick and very big snowflakes here, so much so that it was sticking to the road, even not just the surroundings and trees and bushes, but it was actually, as you can see there, starting to stick to the roads, which wasn't the best conditions to drive in. So it was a bit precarious, but it was very, very stunning to look at. I mean, I was quite excited about this snow and about the fact that it was sticking. So I did take it easy and soon enough arrived at the Dunston Hall Drive. And what a drive this is! Very, very beautifully picturesque, very long, very big, long driveway. But what stunning surroundings this place sits in. The landscape was quite flat, so you could see around you trees and greenery. Not so green today, mind you, because it was very, very thick snow, and you can see that the road looked quite slippy, and it actually was quite slippy, so caution was definitely needed here. Especially as you can see, there were cars coming the other way. This was a two-way driveway, so I needed to be making sure that I was extra cautious because, as I said, the roads were very slippy. Coming around this last bend, though, you can just start to see between the trees the emerging hotel. And what a sight that was. It is really quite spectacular as you come around that bend and you just see the grandness of this gorgeous hotel as you approach it. And with the snow, I think it just makes it that much more magical. So it is a little bit of a snowstorm right now, but I have arrived. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful. And car park, not so beautiful, but the grounds around it are stunning. So I'm going to go in because I'm going to be drenched otherwise, but I will show you more when I go in. This is the beautiful manor without the snow. I thought I would include a few pictures from the following morning when the snow had gone, because it gives you a bit of a clearer idea of what the actual hotel looks like from the front, with the beautiful fountain in front. This is the entrance, which I did not go through because I mistakenly went through the wrong entrance initially yesterday. So this is the reception that I should have come into. A very nice, bright reception that was very welcoming, quite modern. And from the reception, you then went down this hallway towards the room. And my room was up the lift to the first floor. I've already dumped my bags, and there we go. So I'm going to give you a quick tour of the room. Turn the lights on. You've got the old brass lights. This is my king suite. Very nice large wardrobe actually. Ironing board there. This is where you can put your suitcase. Let's see if there's anything in there. Nothing in there, so your suitcase can go there. I'm surprised they haven't got another rail there, but I suppose you don't need one because you've got extra bedding, extra pillows, plenty of hangers. I won't need any more than that for one night. Iron. Got these. I always find these in older wardrobes. You don't get them in the modern wardrobes anymore, for ties and belts. There's a hanging area there, so that would be quite good for a wet coat instead of putting it in. But the room itself, got a very large dressing room, area, dressing room, dressing table. Spread all my bits and pieces across that, make it nice and messy in a bit. Tea, coffee, what have we got? Oh, we've got complimentary biscuits, shortbread, some milk, Yorkshire tea. Let's see if this slides out. Yeah, it does. Oh, and plenty of teas and coffees. So 4 teas, 2 decafs, and organic chamomile if you like that in the evening. I don't like chamomile, but each their own. Milk, and let's see how clean the kettle is. Quite surprisingly clean inside, with not too much limescale. Nice and clean on the outside. A few marks where the watermarks are, but I'm not gonna moan about that. Nice little seating area. Very large king-size bed. I didn't ask for a king-size bed, and actually I prefer a double, if truth be told, because you've got this line on the mattresses anyway that goes down the middle on these ones, because they are potentially 2 singles as well. Now, from what I can see through the nets, I haven't got the nicest view, so that's a bit disappointing. I get to the window a little bit more. Yeah, not the nicest view, but can see some trees. I don't know what that is down there. I'm going to try and work that out later, what that area is down there through the window. I don't think you can see it. There you go. But as you can see, it is snowing. It's calmed down a little bit. It was really snowing hard earlier. Gosh, these curtains are really thick. Nice, thick blackout ones. I like them actually. So, all in all, a really nice. Oh, I just noticed some complimentary waters. That's really nice. You don't usually get that anymore in hotels. And a really, I'm not going to stand too much in front of it, a really big mirror. And I'm guessing, oh no, I was hoping that was going to be the fridge. I think at one time it might have been. Oh, I don't know what's going on with the paper. I think that's paint actually under there. I'm guessing this was a fridge in here and they've taken it out. So that is a little disappointing that they've not left a fridge in here. But hey ho. I suppose I could leave it outside the window. Ah, good. I was looking for a hairdryer. So they do have a complimentary hairdryer. So that's good. Lovely. And then let's take you through to the bathroom. I like the bathroom. Very nice. I like the tissues. I like the toilet paper. It's very clean. We have got a watermark, but otherwise very, very clean. Everything's quite shiny. Nice big towels, very big towels. Not the softest in the world, but clean, big. Spare toilet roll, floor mat, and a very, very nice clean bath. A little bit of marks over here, but I'm not going to moan about that. And what do we get complimentary here? Oh, apparently it's a shower gel and a shampoo. 2 for your money. I brought my own shampoo, so I might try it out as a shower gel later on. And it is the Q Hotels collection, apparently taking care of the planet. So this one here is the cleansing hand wash. I'll have a read of that later, but all in all, a really, oh, bit of a squeaky door, a really nice, clean bathroom. Very happy with that. I like the decor. I like the colour scheme. Very nice. I'm going to turn the lights off because it does make a bit of a noise. What are the lights like around here? So that's the main light. And then I'm guessing these are individually turn on. Oh, I wonder if these lights go off with the main light. Let's have a look. Yeah. So the main, all the lights basically go on with the main light. So there's one good thing. I don't think I'm going to be really overlooked if I leave my curtains open whilst getting dressed. So unless someone sticks their head out of that window up there, even then, the angle. So I'm pretty safe in that I'm not overlooked, at least. So there is that. So I'm going to make a nice coffee now after a 4-hour, 15-minute drive. And yeah, get my clothes out for tomorrow's training day. And work out my route and make sure everything's ready for tomorrow. And then I will do a tour of the hotel. So I'll be back soon. When I got here, I came in this entrance, and this is not actually the main entrance. This is actually the events entrance. Look at that. Gorgeous divider paneling. I'm not sure what's down this way. I think there's an event on. But I also think one of the bars is down this way. It's one of the restaurants. That's the tea snug. And you've got the Eaton Suite, which I think has a function going on. Looks like a christening. What are the, these are some of the prices. So, chicken tikka curry, £19.50. Fish and chips, £21.95. Stuffed chicken breast. You've got some starters. You've got the grills, which is your steaks. Some starters. Lots of choice, really, like variety of choice. Guessing this is where we have breakfast in the morning. And I'm guessing on a really nice day it would be very beautiful to go out to the grounds. But it has been snowing, as you can see. It has stopped snowing now though, so I don't know whether that's going to melt. But anyway, it's very beautiful here, very elegant. Don't like the decor personally, but I suppose it's in keeping with the hotel. I do like that. It's like a fingerprint. They're pretty cool. decided to extract the audio at this point when I was looking back over this video because it was very echoey and very, very noisy. Just here as I go down this part, right in that room just ahead, there was a huge function going on, and the noise coming out of there was very loud. I think it was bouncing off all the panelled walls. Talking of panelled walls and beautiful staircases, this was stunning. This staircase was just so beautiful, and all of the ornate woodwork. I think they call that the barley twist. I took another photo here from a different angle, but it really was stunning. In fact, all of the paneling just gave it this beautiful kind of moody aesthetic, which I think was so in keeping with the elegance and the traditional hall that it was in its original state. And that fireplace, well, I think it was bigger than my future, to be honest. Here to the right is the brasserie. I clip here to being inside. That's the bar area. Really, really lovely room, actually. It had such a nice energy in here. Really, really cozy. Again, some beautiful features. This was an additional room to the original building that was added at a later date. I took a seat here at this little table, and here where I'm touching was the original external windows to the building before they added the secondary room. But you can see that the aesthetics in this room were very nice. A lot of original features and ornate carvings and paneling, and again the woodwork all in that same kind of moody looking colors, dark, but it just kind of really fitted with the elegance of the place. And of course, the ambience was just really improved with the kind of cozy lighting as well, as you can see there with the lamps. A really lovely room. I enjoyed being in here. Again, I took the sound off simply because there was a lot of conversations going on, and I think actually when I came here, it was a half term, which I wasn't aware of when I booked this place, and so there was a fair few children here, which is absolutely fine, but it did make it a bit noisier. Here I'm checking out the menu, which had quite a lot of bar snacks. I was quite impressed with this menu. And again, it wasn't really overpriced. It was what you would expect with prices, but it was a good selection. I was quite impressed with the selection. Just like the dining hall, I felt that, I've been in some hotels where there is very, very few dishes to choose from. But this had quite a nice little selection, with the snacks, as well as some of the traditional fish and chips and things. So I did feel that, there was a nice selection of food available at this hotel, which was quite nice. I, at this point, decided just to have a drink. I think I had a soda and lime. I wasn't quite ready. It was a bit early to eat at this point, and I still wanted to have a lovely swim as well. So there's my soda and lime on the table. I did notice, however, that they weren't the quickest at clearing tables. So the drinks just in front of my lime and soda were actually not mine. This is taken from the secondary room. I lifted these pictures from the website as well as this because, again, the pool was full of children, so I didn't want to take any footage of the pool area. But I can tell you, this is me coming back from the very lovely pool that I went to. Very busy, unfortunately, full of children, which was a bit unfortunate because it did mean that it was very busy and quite noisy. But the jacuzzi, I have to say, which was situated right next to the pool, was beautiful and warm. And they did try to keep children out of that I think under the age of 16. And also they had a really good sized sauna and steam room as well. I was quite impressed with the size. It was one of the biggest I've seen in a hotel. So that was really lovely. So I did manage to have a nice swim, a nice jacuzzi. And here is the actually quite ample gym, and also upstairs. This was the second part of the gym up those stairs. And as you can see, it was quite a huge gym room, really ample, what with the downstairs bit as well. So yeah, very big for a hotel. And here I am now going through the spa area. Oh, this smelt divine in here. I could have stayed here just for the smell. This was a normal spa area that you would expect in a hotel, with massages, facials, things like that. There's the treatment room. I spin round so you can see that. Lovely little area, really. A bit out of the way though, and I turn around here and you can see again, you've got to go down another corridor from the hotel to get to this area. And it then connects with another long corridor that was on the previous bit to get to the pool. I mean, you can go outside of the hotel, but if it wasn't for the wall art keeping me entertained, I think I would have been quite bored with all the hallways. And then it was off to dinner. Again, this is the menu, was really quite ample. The amount of choices on there, it was nice. And I had a lovely pasta dish with bread roll. I have to say, it didn't look very big. I was a bit like, oh, is that going to fill me up? But by the time I'd finished that, I was well and truly satisfied. And it was very, very tasty. So I was very happy with the food in the hotel. And then the next morning, leaving the room, checking out, it was breakfast, a very early breakfast. Again, ample choice from hot to cold, fruit to coffees and cereals, pastries. Gorgeous, just gorgeous. There really was something for everyone, and the quality of the food for breakfast was very good. I actually really enjoyed breakfast here, and it was plenty of places to sit and plenty of choice. So, yeah, or overall, a fabulous breakfast. So, overall, I had a really nice, pleasant stay at Dunston Hall. It was really nice in its aestheticness, its paneling, and some of the authentic features were really, really nice, and I really enjoyed those parts. I think room wise, it was a bit dated. They could do with an upgrade. Cleanliness wise, it was fine though. It was lovely. The bathroom, I like the bathroom. I certainly think they've upgraded that kind of more recently, and that was really nice, and it was very clean. So cleanliness wise, good marks. Decor wise, fairly good marks, but like I said, I think a little bit of an upgrade in the rooms with the furniture maybe at some point. But it's nothing bad. It's nothing that needs drastically doing right now. Pool wise, I really liked it. Great, great facilities in size and cleanliness. However, a bit weird. I don't know what it was, but the disconnection between the spa pool and the hotel felt a bit odd to me. Those long corridors, a bit spooky, if I'm honest. And I don't know, it's kind of one of those things that you look behind your shoulder when you're walking down the corridor because they're so long and gloomy. And yeah, that put me off a little bit. But food wise, great. The breakfast was lovely, the dinner was lovely, the service was good. Not amazing, but good. Really good. Friendly, polite, respectful, attentive. But those extra touches, they weren't there. But that's, I suppose, what you expect for this standard of hotel, really. But overall, a really nice, pleasant experience here. And I would probably give it an 8 out of 10 in total, really. There was just a few things that could have been a little bit better. But a really lovely stay, nevertheless. And would I go back again? Yeah, I probably would go back again. Would I choose that over something else, maybe trying somewhere else? I'm not sure. Potentially, I would probably try somewhere else and then maybe make the comparison afterwards. So maybe that's what I'll do for my next video. But overall, a nice stay, and I would definitely recommend giving it a go for people that are not sure whether to book this hotel. I would definitely say it's worth its money. So until the next time, happy hoteling. I'll see you soon. And don't forget to like and subscribe so that I can keep doing these videos and sharing with you these various different places that I go.